Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Thursday, September the 20th, 2018, and today in our Tech News Update we have Equifax in the UK that actually was fined 500,000 British pounds for the breach, or the data breach that happened, and that basically 15 million British citizens had their personal data leaked online. So this is, a very small fine, honestly, for such a big leak. And unfortunately, in the United States, it's not happening. I wish this company would be actually fined billions for what happened. Well, it seems that Government Payment Services in the US, which is a US company that takes care of payments when you, for example, have fines to pay, or you got to pay for bail to get out of jail, stuff like that. Well, it's been compromised, and 14 million sensitive users, because this is all sorts of very sensitive information about users here. Sensitive user records have been stolen and dating back to 2012. So this is among other things that's happening. Newegg, if you've actually done some purchase on Newegg from anywhere from August 14th to September 18th of this year, you might be at risk of having your financial data stolen. Security researchers at Risk IQ have found that an infiltration of the Newegg website by a hacker group called MageCart, it actually is a very clever setup. They actually been able to infiltrate the website and inject the code to bring them at the checkout to another website that was similar in the name, and that would actually be the place where you made your payment when you purchased stuff. And it was very clever, so clever that even Newegg didn't notice until September 18th. So if you've done any purchases anywhere from August 14th to September 18th, you might be at risk. The European Union is now asking, after, it went after Google and Facebook and Apple, and it goes about, pretty much every company. It's asking Amazon to reveal more details about how it is using the data from merchants, its third-party merchants, and to make sure that it doesn't use this to actually have its own advantage, creating, of course, a situation of antitrust. So this is going to be interesting to see what the European Union will decide after the information is given. Microsoft Ignite is, of course, the annual conference for developers. It will start September the 24th, go up to the 28th. And, of course, we are looking at this because there's a lot of interesting announcements that might actually pop up, including some that might hint at what the October 2nd event will be of Microsoft. Microsoft .NET Framework is one of those things that a lot of users don't really know what it does, but a lot of us have it installed because some software require it. Basically, the .NET Framework used to have its own Windows updates. Well, now in Windows 10, it will actually be included in the cumulative updates that actually arrive monthly. So when you get cumulative updates every Patch Tuesday, you might actually also have in there a .NET Framework update that will be included, and that's going to be just one big package of updates. Well, if you're thinking to stay on Windows 7 for as long as you can, some software companies are starting to ditch Windows 7, and basically one of the latest and biggest ones lately is Adobe. It says that its Creative Cloud platform will now only run on Windows 10, and not even all versions, the latest versions only. So basically, if you're on Windows 7 or Windows 8, you might actually lose the capabilities of using the Adobe Creative Cloud platform. So that might actually make you want to go to the latest version of Windows. As, of course, a version 1809 is coming up, one of the interesting, basically, warnings that Microsoft has issued to users is that if you have very little disk space available, maybe you need to do a cleanup, or the October 2018 update will fail to install. This is a warning that was issued actually this week by Microsoft, saying that if some of the users out there wishing to upgrade have very low disk space, you're risking a failed install. One of the interesting things that we heard about and that we don't hear about anymore is basically one of the features that a lot of people wanted, the Smart Updater. Microsoft had at some point a few months ago talked about this, saying that this feature that would prevent updates when you don't need updates. For example, if you're gaming, if you're working on your PC, the Smart Updater would look at what you're doing and actually not update your machine right smack in the middle of you doing some work. It seems that it's not making the cut. Some users have noted that in the 17763 version, which for a lot of people seems to be the official build, well, it seems that it's not in there. So kind of a sad little story here, because this, I think, a lot of people would have enjoyed having. Zaif is a Japanese Bitcoin exchange, and they apparently got hacked, and $60 million worth of Bitcoin were stolen, says the authorities. It seems that Zaif exchange was always connected to the internet and had some vulnerabilities that made it possible to actually get into the system. So that's what you get when you're not careful. Amazon Go stores, there's just a couple of them right now. Well, Amazon apparently, according to an internal report, basically, is planning to have 3,000 of these cashierless Amazon Go stores by 2021. Is this the beginning of the end for cashier jobs? That's going to be interesting to see. You need a reason to know why it's important to keep your email accounts safe, and that you should care when hackers actually are able to find your passwords and get control of your email accounts. Well, there is an explosion of phishing attempts to steal money and information using hacked accounts. And the first victims are your friends and families and your contacts. And that's why you gotta be careful to not get hacked. And this was the Tech News Update for Thursday, September the 20th, 2018. You enjoy videos? Please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you for watching.